Welcome to the FeyWild West, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition narrative play. We left off in a small town named Crossroads, where our posse of devils made a deal with the head of town to bring back a lockbox guarded by another devil. They gathered supplies and now stand in front of the Saloon, hoping to gather some information before they head out on their hunt. The saloon front is covered in sand, broken glass, and rotted old crates. The bat-wing doors swing open and shut with the breeze as you approach.
Well, that's where I go when I'm crying.
Reaper looks up at the saloon, and immediately all his feathers flatten all the way down, and he kind of shrinks in on himself. He looks really nervous to go in.
Alright. Anyway, let's go inside, and I'm gonna grab Weeping Reaper and just pull him inside. There's nothing to be nervous about, come on. The only thing that sucks is the anticipation of it happening. Once it happens, it's not so bad.
There's a kind of pained warbling sound as he kind of gives in, and he treks in, wings all tucked in close, feathers all laid down.
You step inside, and the intense cigarette smoke fills your nose and clouds your eyes. The messy interior is filled with tables and chairs, mostly empty at this time of day. But you see one table with a few men playing cards to your left. And to your right, you see a piano, with a few spiders crawling on the keys and more inside the strings, seemingly tuning the piano.
Reaper's feathers kind of fluff up a little bit at that.
One of the spiders kind of gets close to the edge and eyes you, and then raises one of its legs and waves at you.
Reaper kind of waves back.
Alright, I'm stepping up to the bar.
Across the room on the wall straight ahead, there's a job board, and next to it is a bar with a humanoid-looking spider wearing a blue vest over darkened clothes.
I'm gonna walk straight up to that individual.
Reaper, I think, has been tailing behind Livestalker as like a human shield.
Oh, hello, Gus. It's nice to see you again.
I see you found the devils you was looking for.
Yeah, I got, well, all three of them.
I just hope you didn't spring them out of the jailhouse.
Well, I guess... Well,
We're working on our pardon.
we're doing a job for the governor, so it requires their assistance, and that's kind of where things are at right now.
All Wilcox, huh?
Yeah.
What's he sending you out for?
Box.
Box. Oh, you got that job.
This is White Lies, I believe?
Yeah, white lies. Governor Wilcox has been sending headhunters out there for a while. Always offering them something more than money. I ain't never seen one of them come back, though.
It's the first time for everything.
What could you tell us about White Lies?
Well, let's start with this. And he slides over the Book of Bounties over to you and kind of flips over to a page, almost like he has it memorized, where you see the bounty, wanted dead, white lies, for murder and charming an official. Reward, 800 gold.
Reaper kind of peeks over, looks at the book, and taps the charmed and official.
Yeah, who?
And he signs really quick. Who did he charm?
He was one of all sheriffs.
Honestly, I can't wait until we run into someone that can't read, so whenever Abby tries to talk, they just don't respond.
Wait, can I read?
That's a question for you to know. Can you read?
I don't think I can read.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Well, then how are you communicating with Reaper this whole time? Are we just unable to communicate?
I'm just picking up on body language, I guess.
Vibes alone, baby.
It's charming and official. It was, you said it was an old sheriff?
Yeah, we had an old sheriff. Tried to go out, even though we had some headhunters. You know, headhunters every now and then, they just... So, the sheriff was like, well, I'm gonna go take care of it ourselves. Came back a bumbling fool, that one.
Is he still around, or is he...
No, he's gone. Do you know how the sheriffs work around here?
I'm not too familiar, no.
Not at all.
Reaper shakes his head.
So, out here, the sheriff is a little bit more of a... Some view it as not a real title. The governor's the one that holds all the cards, but the governor doesn't do much. So the sheriff is much more of who can stand up and defend the town. If you don't like how the current sheriff's doing it, you kill them and you take their place. So, any old sheriffs, they ain't around no more.
I see, that's...
Kind of brutal.
That is that's brutal, that's the way, that's what I'd use to phrase it.
How strong would you say the current sheriff is?
I like the current sheriff.
When you say that, Livestalker, you can see the feathers start to pick up off of Reaper's body.
There is no hostile intent behind that question.
They just kind of flared up a bit and then they press back down.
I definitely noticed.
Well, to get a bit off topic, is there anything else you could tell us about White Lies, or at least like where they are located?
It's hunkered down in the old Magics Library out west, about a day's horse travel. It wasn't always out there, it used to be around here, but something got it to move its hunting grounds. I can't tell you much more than that.
You know what? Something just kind of clicked in my head. I don't know exactly how we're going to get over there. I'd say that everybody else.
Reaper signs, I have 2 horses.
Governor did say we would go by horse. It's a day's ride.
Okay.
You kind of close the book on that conversation, and you can hear someone from the table way back by the entrance. Hey, you was looking for dirt on White Lies?
Yes. Yes. Do you got anything?
Yeah, and it kind of like motions for you to come closer.
I am going straight up to this guy.
Tell you what, how about I'll give you what you're after. Tell you a little bit of what I got if you'll play me in a hand.
My eyes are glowing at the thought. Yes.
So, first thing is, he cracks his knuckles and he starts dealing out cards. He goes, now the ante is a copper. And I'll take it easy on y'all. Reaper divvies out a handful of coppers for everyone to play with. They each toss one into the middle of the table to start. Now, I did a bit of research on that devil before I turned it down. The thing's a giant blind rattlesnake. It don't rely on sight. A friend of mine went hunting that thing down, got bit, and managed to escape. Poor bastard's all fucked up now. Can never get a straight answer out of him. Watch this. Hey, Cletus, where are we right now? And this guy off to the side goes, the Ambience! He broke his poor damn mind.
You see a feather horn on Reaper twitch up and over a little bit, but he goes back to smoking.
Can I still try to cheat, though?
You can still try to cheat. You want to try and swap out one of your cards?
Yeah, pretty much. Which I would nod to Reaper.
Reaper doesn't know why you want him to do this. So, Reaper, just outside the saloon, you can hear a man screaming for his life. It's loud, and it goes on, and then it's all quiet all at once. That was a minor illusion.
Oh, okay, got it.
Oh, that was a distraction? It's like, what the hell?
I thought, no, okay, to be clear, I thought you went out there and did it, and used mimicry because you've heard someone scream before.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
what I
minor
thought.
illusion.
Whoa.
He's sitting back, smoking a cigarette, and like suddenly somebody outside is screaming like they're being burned to death or something.
Okay, so why don't you roll sleight of hand, Mr. Rogue?
Do I get advantage? Because Abby helped me.
Yeah, you get advantage on that one because that really helped.
Yay.
Reaper realized what you were doing.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
27.
That is crazy.
Everyone looked over like, what is that?
Like, perfect.
I gave it half a second of glancing over. That was all he needed.
The hell? What's that? Alright. Yeah, ain't no one picked up that bounty after that. Not with as many kills it's got on us now. If you're trying to get what all Wilcox is after, best to avoid fighting that thing. I was offered that deal before I quit being one of his headhunters. Ain't no way I'm gonna get eaten on my last job.
The fact that you keep telling us not to fight it is like the biggest red flag, because if you tell us not to, it's not a good idea. But also at the same time, I really want to fight it. I really do. I just want you to know this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure.
It's one of those things where I know, because this is what I do, if there's something you shouldn't fight, you tell them, you should not fight this several times. But it makes me want to fight it so much more.
I am not going to give that thing a fighting chance. I am not going to be anywhere near it if it picks up on our scent.
He grabs a stack of silver. He goes, I'm going all in.
I'm going all in.
I'm going all in.
I don't.
Linger again.
Fuck it. We ball, I guess.
We ball.
I'll go broke.
We ball.
Show your hands. Let's go from the bottom to the top. So, linger and end. What's your hand?
I got a 3 of a kind of 6s.
No fucking
No fucking way, that's insane!
That's not lingering
The first
end,
roll I
but
got,
okay.
to be clear, the first roll I got was a 6, a 2, and a 6, and I was like, uh-oh. And then I got a 5, and then I cheated, got that 6, I was like, yes!
I'm so upset.
Oh my gosh, it's insane!
I know!
I had a straight, a 2, 3, and a 4.
I had a straight, a 3, 4, and a 5.
What the hell?
So, my first roll was 3 1s. I had 3 of a kind from the beginning. I'm like, oh shit, he's getting reckless.
We actually all had good hands?
There is no
That is
way.
so wild!
Scarlet, you take the pot, So 85 copper, which is 8.5 silver, plus an additional 8 silver. So you got 16 and a half silver from that.
That's a 6.5 profit.
That's a big profit off of someone else's money too.
Yeah, I know.
Reaper looks over at you and he signs, "Where's my cut?"
That's all the money that my wife allowed me to gamble away tonight. But it was a pleasure chatting with y'all. Hope I see y'all soon.
Reaper signs, "I miss my wife."
Oh God. Okay. All right. Okay.
Anyway, where's my cut?
I'm getting there. Okay. Look, because I just want to make it easier. I'm gonna give you 1.5 silver.
1.5 silver.
Yeah.
He pockets it. He's okay with that.
Can I swipe the deck of cards?
Can you swipe the deck of cards?
Yeah, I just want it.
What the hell?
I mean, you could try.
Is it like, does it belong to this guy? or
Yeah,
is
it
just,
belongs
like,
to the guy. It's his fucking cards. So he invited you over to play cards with him.
Hey, can I have your deck of cards?
He mulls it over for a second. If you give me one of them silver back, then I'll give you the cards.
Oh, well, then they wouldn't be mine. Never mind, keep them.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I pay him a silver so I can have them instead. Anyway, change the subject. Okay, so I think we got. We were told several times to avoid fighting him. He's a giant, blind rattlesnake. I think that's pretty much everything we got from him, except for the crazy guy in the corner that always lies.
Reaper minor illusions a picture of a horse, and he clasps his hands together in the form of a prayer. You can just tell that he's dying to get out of here.
Yeah, let's head out of here. Is that all right with you all?
He immediately stands up and starts walking out.
You all walk out, and you're back into the normal day-to-day of Crossroads. And you're looking for horses? Is that what's going on?
I don't think Reaper's looking for horses. Reaper knows exactly where the horses are, and he's going.
What's with everybody and just leaving without waiting for everyone else? All right.
Reaper is already down the street.
Yeah. I'm like
Towards the blacksmith, on the right side, there's a little bit of a horse barn with a few horses sitting inside.
Reaper is like in the stalls, arms fully wrapped around this giant black horse. And you can see a river of tears stream out of the eye holes of his mask, and a flood of hearts erupt from him. And he's so excited to see this horse.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm like leaning over to the lingering end. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. He said he missed his wife. Is that his wife? I don't know. I'm a bit confused.
Horsewife?
Things are weird here. I don't know. I'll just.
You see Reaper shift over to a different horse on the side, and he's loving on the next one next to Maven.
2 horsewives?
2 horse. 2 horsewives.
2 horsewives.
just quietly whispering that. You hear that? Just like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Reaper is whistling, and even though he's massive, he's bouncing up and down. He's so excited about his horses.
These your horses, or did someone like? Are they yours, or is it someone else's that bought them or stole them or something?
He minor illusions the eye holes in his mask to look like he's smiling, and he signs and he points to the black one, and he goes, "This one is Maven," and then he moves over to the next one, and that one's Tomfoolery. I had a third one, but I gave it to the sheriff. I should check on her.
So to be clear, they are yours. You still own them. It's not like someone took possession over them or anything.
These are definitely my horses. He signs, "Well, I'm gonna ride Maven, because I love her. And one of you can ride Tomfoolery over here." He throws his thumb behind him over towards the horse. "But I don't know about the other 2 of you. Just to make it clear, you're borrowing Tomfoolery." The text that comes up in front of you slanted slightly, in italics, and it's emboldened.
Lingering End, are you able to actually, like, ride on the horses or anything? If you touch anybody with those gloves or anything, does it, like, do anything bad, or...?
No, I like clap my hands together. Well, it wouldn't kill me. Shit. No.
Here, yeah, let me check. I go grab his hand, and then I just collapse into a puddle on the ground.
No.
I'm sorry, that was mean. It's just reform in front of him.
Just fucking shell-shocked, absolutely mortified. Hands out like I just fucking scrubbed up for surgery.
Sorry.
What's a little death among friends, am I right?
Just to give you guys options here, you guys can ride like 2 people on a horse. It's not comfortable, but you can do it.
Personal problem, I'm not sharing Maven.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I was immediately thinking, she's not sharing.
Personal problem, I don't want to ride a horse.
Yeah, there's that too. Are you gonna gallop like a horse then? What do you think? I said it out loud. So what's the plan here? Are you gonna gallop like a horse, or like, what's the whole idea?
I just don't feel comfortable being in close proximity with a horse for a long period of time under stressful circumstances.
Why do you think? Oh, right. Yeah, that's fair. Do you think we could get like a wagon or something? That might be a good idea.
You guys can share tomfoolery, and he points to tomfoolery.
So, you heard what Livestalker said, like the whole Livestalker thing.
Reaper looks Livestalker up and down.
He's not trying to do it intentionally, he's just concerned about it. That's the whole thing. So that's why I'm thinking if we can get like a carriage or something, or figure something out, get like a storage cart, or like a box that could be dragged behind, just put him in, and that might work. I don't know.
Reaper looks unamused as his feathers like kind of flare up a little bit in annoyance. You find the cart, you pay for it, we'll hook it up.
Livestalker, you said it. To be clear, you said it was the governor said that we would be able to use horses, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we just need to talk to the stable hand here.
You go up to the stable. You don't see anyone on deck, but you see like a little thing to kind of ring a bell to kind of get someone's attention.
Alright, I'll hit that very delicately with the point of my very long finger.
You ding the bell, and then a door on the side of the blacksmith shop opens, and out steps one of the smiths. It's the gunsmith, the little more grumpy-looking guy.
Hey, we need an extra horse.
Extra horse. 2 ain't enough for you?
No, apparently not. That one's kind of selfish with one of them.
Reaper's over there, fully arms wrapped around Maven's neck, hearts flooding out from around him. He's glowing.
I have a proposal I think might be beneficial to all of us here. We're going out to go deal with white lies out west. You probably think you already know that plenty of other people have gone out there and tried to fight it and were killed, right?
Right.
There's probably plenty of other stuff that might just be sitting around there from those fellows, or just anything that might be out there that might be useful. So what I'm suggesting, if we could get either a third horse or like some cart or something to bring back what is there, I think we might be able to help each other in that way. We could give you some of I guess probably most of the stuff that's on there. Do you think that might be something you might be able to work with?
Lend you a cart and bring back whatever you find out in the old magics library.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be something there, that's for sure.
Sure, I'll let you. Just bring back whatever you find. I'm sure there's tons of beaten down guns and swords out there.
Alright. Thank you kindly.
Yeah. And he goes back inside.
Reaper goes over, he backs tomfoolery up into it. He straps him in on either side, makes sure he's nice and fit with it. Reaper hops up onto Maven and he starts to slowly jaunt out into the direction we're supposed to go.
You guys head off into the red desert sands off west.
You fucking assholes. You're gonna make me draw a fucking wagon.
You all are on your way out of town towards the old magics library when you notice a campsite in the distance along your way. At first glance, it seems to be devoid of life, but recently used. The fire set in the center still burns with remnant embers. Supplies are neatly organized in a pile. Yet those who use this place are nowhere to be seen.
Could we stop at the campsite?
Connor, do I recognize this campsite?
You do stop at the campsite, and Reaper, no, you do not recognize the campsite.
Can I smell anything? Like, is there any lingering scent from whoever might have had this campfire in a direction in which the scent goes off in?
You can roll perception if you want to sniff.
Alright, I get to do that at advantage because I'm using my sense of smell. 16.
With a 16...
Can I look for, like, any animal tracks?
Well, first off, let's say you don't really see any animal tracks, Reaper, but with a 16 on smelling, you smell iron and blood and decay under the sands.
Yeah, whoever's camp this is are dead.
They're dead?
Yeah, I can smell their remains somewhere under the sands here. I'm gonna start tearing apart this camp, looking at all the supplies that are left behind.
Well, hang on. Let me investigate this. see if I can find anything.
Okay, why don't you roll investigation?
I'm gonna specify a bit. When I was investigating, I was trying to see if I could figure out exactly what happened. I know that they died, and see if maybe or what was going on with the whole thing. I got a 12 plus 9, so 21.
With a 21, kind of looking around the campsite, the information that you just got, and you see 3 piles of sand that are kind of uplifted around the campfire. That mixed with the information that you picked up in Crossroads before this adventure really started, you can kind of piece together what happened. So what you can piece together is that there are the people in the Crossroads that some of them tend to dig holes in the ground to sleep in. You're not quite sure why they do it, but it seems to be a custom for some of those people. And maybe they were doing that while sleeping out here, and then something ate them, and already stuck in this hole. They were just buried.
I think we should see if they're all dead. They might not all be dead. I don't know.
They smell pretty dead.
Yeah, but to be fair, if you can smell one person that's dead and there's like 3 piles here, maybe they're not all dead.
I'll start digging.
Reaper just holds up his shackled hand and uses mold earth to uncover everybody.
All right, I'll stop digging.
You start digging immediately. It's all gone. Just like, welp.
So in an instant, all the covered sands kind of move to the side, and you can see just completely devoured corpses. A hand here, an ear there, part of a torso over here. It's frayed and something has been eating at it. But what you can tell of what is left is that it was 3 furbolg.
How fresh are the bodies?
The bodies are very fresh, probably only a few hours, especially indicated by the campfire that still has some smoldering embers that you noticed earlier in your investigation.
Yeah, this is very recent.
Is there anything identifying that tells us their identity or anything? Like lockets or tattoos or...
Dog tags.
Dog tags. Something that I can go home and be like, is this anybody's? Let me tell you the fate of your homie.
You see tied around the wrist of one of the corpses a strand of black rope. When you grab it, it seems to elongate into a full lasso-sized rope. It seems to have a magical property to it, and it's very well maintained. No cuts, frayed strands, or stains.
Oh, sick.
You can't find anything with a name written on it, or anything that might be identifiable.
Can I trail behind and close their eyes after their bodies get looted?
There's nothing left to shut. These corpses have been ripped apart.
I propose that we take the corpses with us so we can return them to the town afterwards.
Reaper and Stalker, why don't you both roll history checks for me?
I got a 14.
9.
So, Livestalker, something seems familiar, but you haven't quite put it together. Reaper, you recognize what this is, though. This is whatever you made use of before, something that you noticed is digging around in the sands and eats whatever's covered.
Ah, the homie.
What's the homie?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. All I'm saying is we have a cart. If we want to bring them with us, it's like bait against the big thing. It's not the worst idea. They're already dead.
I'm fine with bringing them with us. I'm not fine with using them as bait.
Look, I mean, we gotta put the cart somewhere, and if it...
Reaper signs that he does not want anything to decay on the cart for 1 to 2 days in the hot sun. They would just melt.
Are there any blankets amongst the supplies?
You find some camping supplies, some blankets, some pillows, some stuff that generally they would have used, but I guess they weren't quite ready to go to sleep yet. You also find 15 silver pieces.
I am pocketing the 15 silver for now. And I am also going to grab the blankets and be like, well, if we wrap them up in this, we don't got to worry about them being exposed to the elements nearly as much.
Reaper signs that you may not want to re-traumatize people by showing them various body parts with no real way to identify them.
Yeah, especially with their face missing, that's where it might get a bit,
It won't be
gruesome.
shown to everyone. It would just be that people have a right to a peace of mind.
I really don't want to leave these people behind in this state.
Reaper signs and asks if we should rebury them.
I think as long as they're out of the harsh desert temperate, then we should be fine.
I don't feel good about this at all.
What's going through Livestalker's mind right now?
Livestalker is... It's hard for him. He's not attached to the people here at all. But he's had one polarizing experience where he watched furbolgs be gunned down in cold blood. And he doesn't feel good about leaving these people here to just continue to rot and fester and feed whatever lives out here. There are people back in town that possibly have a connection to these, who are wondering where they are, what happened to them. Or if they aren't yet, they might within the next coming days. And to have that information, and to be present at the body itself, and not do anything to secure it, and bring it back to those who are likely to miss him, doesn't sit well with him.
If it's really an issue, we can just get them on the way back through, because we have to come back through here anyways. I mean, it'd be respectful to take them back, but we're not in a position to take them back right now.
Reaper's gonna go up to Livestalker and put a clawed hand on their shoulder and pull back and sign, if you want, I can say a prayer to the nature goddess here and give them a proper goodbye before we bury them. And hopefully this item, he holds up the the lasso thing for putting it back so you can keep signing. We'll be identifying enough for people to know what happened to their loved ones without re-traumatizing them by showing them parts of their loved ones.
Real quick, Katie, you have no idea what she just said.
Yeah. If anybody wants to translate that, it'd be super swag.
Cerise basically takes over and kind of just reiterates basically what Reaper was saying.
Even though I don't necessarily agree with it, I'll listen to the rest of the group. But we see about bringing them back on our way back.
Reaper nods. Can I use mold earth to like make a pillar come out?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
All right, I'll do that.
You build a sandstone pillar as a marker, planning to return on your way back to town. You climb back into the saddle, and you, along with the rest of your posse, head west to the old Magic's library. This is the FeyWild West, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition narrative play. If you'd like to support us, the best way to do that is by liking the video, subscribing, you know the deal. If you'd like to have access to our episodes early, or you'd just like to help us cover some of the costs of our music licenses, we have a Patreon linked below. Thank you to those who are already helping out, your names will be listed here. Our episode's hand-drawn art is done entirely by Abby. Editing the audio and video is done by me, Connor, and our theme music is composed by Bradley Smith. In this episode, we played a homebrew gambling game that was created by someone else, the rules to which are linked below. We're aiming to release these episodes monthly, but we all still have day jobs, so pardon any potential delays. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoy making it.